as a sort of a national competence still. Then sort of the different I've sort of touched on the different rules for different reasons. There's been a whole series of different reasons put forward and interests why different countries and organizations want certain sort of rules of procedure. But then this is sort of, I guess, just kind of a speculation on our part at this stage, but sort of one of the thoughts we've had is, whether this, I guess, countries using sort of procedural interests as a way to basically sort of forestall the actual process because they actually have concerns over the content but don't want to say so. Then kind of a few things, just sort of a few messages to just about conclude with. Of course, obviously, most sort of the interests don't always align. There certainly needs to be, I guess, a lot more coordination and cooperation within countries, and there's a lot of debates, particularly in the academic world, about policy integration and policy coordination, whether it's actually a good thing or not. This doesn't apply to sort of generally, but sort of a longer term perspective is often needed. There's at least a few sort of the nations that basically have an eye towards the next election, and that's about as far as they go. And then further research, and one of the areas that we've highlighted is that with forests having such a high proportion of private ownership in Europe, it's not the same. Sort of the structural basis isn't the same as a lot of the other kind of common goods, for example, fisheries or water. So it sort of, that private ownership adds an additional layer of complexity into some of it. Then kind of some of the things to move forward. Obviously, better communication between researchers and policymakers and stakeholders. Having clear and understandable and transparent sort of rules are two of the key things that we've sort of talked about. And there's two sort of, I guess, initiatives that are happening right now that